sometimes it be really killing me to like pray for people who are against me, and it's situations people who publicly hate you, and the situations of people who like sit back and like peep you and secretly envy you and hate you. So they need prayer as well.
Don't stop, I'm counting them up. Run the clock, I be counting them up. We can be so in love. You know every second adds up to a minute. Need 10,000 hours. We can be so in love. I've been right and I've been wrong.
Whistle. Okay, guys, so I know y'all probably like, okay, what you doing? I'm sitting on the floor in my room, and I haven't really been doing much this week but editing and just trying to get a lot of things together because your girl's trying to stay on task. And I don't know, I wanted to touch up on this subject before, but I had a conversation with a Witty, and it really inspired me to kind of just like concentrate on this topic, because I feel like a lot of people could possibly be feeling the same way, but a lot of people don't say much, or a lot of people don't speak up when it comes to this topic. So the topic is praying, and I know my Witty is probably watching, who I had the conversation with. Basically, background story. So she hit me up on Snapchat, and she said she had heard, if I'm not mistaken, the video about my prayer board. The video I was talking about praying, I think it was the song, the one I was singing at the end. Yeah, that video. And her question basically was, it was something to the extent where like, when she's in church or something like that, you know, they do the prayer, and she found herself like lifting up her head before like even the children, like, you know how you bow, like something like an altar call or something, and like she found herself like looking around, just like not engaged. So I think her question was basically, how do you pray? Or because she said, I can't pray for that long. Like, what are they talking to God about that, you know, that I'm missing out on? Like, she didn't know how to basically hold, I don't want to say a lengthy prayer, because even short prayers can be very important. But basically, yeah. I actually started writing her like back, and I was saying this and I was saying that, and then to a point where, you know how I'm old, so when it comes to texting, it's like my fingers be tired early. I text a big old essay, you hear me, then to a point I was like, listen, I got so much more to say to you, can we just like video call? You know, Snapchat has a video call feature, so I found out when she was available, and I actually gave her a call because, you know, I remember a couple of years back, I still have this friend guy, and you know, back from the Jackson, where I'm from, you know, Mississippi. And I remember he was going through something, and you know, I gave him some encouraging words, and I was like, yeah, just, you know, stay strong, pray about it. And he was like, how about you pray for me, because I don't know how to pray. And I was just like, wow. Like, people don't actually say things like that when, you know, they're feeling like that. So it's crazy, because I remember at a point in time where I too was saying like the generic prayer, and you know, and things like that, and I basically had to teach myself. And it's crazy because I've been in church like from a little girl, on and off. I think it was like a period of my life, maybe like 5 years, that I wasn't in church like that. But basically, I've been that every Sunday girl, and I try to get out of going to Bible study and rehearsal, because I was like, I got cheerleader practice on that day. But anyways, basically, so, but even with my background in like the church, I still had to teach myself how to pray. And I too was that girl who, when we went up to the altar call, everybody was praying, and after a while I was looking up at the kids playing and stuff while everybody eyes was closed. That was me. So I see myself in her, and I wanted to just lift out a hand. I know this video y'all might be like long, but I feel like this really needed to be discussed. So I gave her ways of like learning, teaching herself. And because sometimes when you pray, you feel like when you don't know how to pray, you kind of feel like you sound stupid. But you don't. But you just don't know kind of like a format. Like what are you praying for that you have to pray short? Basically, I gave her like a format that I use because I feel like it's easy. Not things to. It's slow down with. I feel like it's easier for me not to miss things in prayer. So let me just give y'all this because it's probably somebody watching who actually don't know. And of course, it's probably, people who watching who do and who can also give pointers in the comment sections. I love y'all for that. So one of my pointers was like to break it down into categories. Basically, when I pray, I had to start short, kind of like talking throughout the day. I had to get out of the habit of putting myself first in prayer and kind of learn how to pray for other people first. So I started out the prayer giving thanks for my health. It's kind of like myself first, but when I break it down, you're going to understand what I mean. So I give thanks for my health, because for being here, kind of like basis on that. And then I go into like prayer for the world if any kind of tragic event has been going on, like the Black Lives Matter, like all those things. And I pray for the world as a whole, world peace, world, the love, and like things like that. So then I kind of start big and I kind of bring it in. Then I pray for like I even pray for like when people do trips on the highway and people drive, like that kind of stuff is dangerous. I've known people who died like that. So I pray for like things like that. I pray for strangers, people I don't know, people who I know who are out there who don't know how to pray for themselves, people who are going through similar situations that I went through growing up, people who really don't understand themselves at the point of life they're in, people who think that no one loves them, you know what I mean, like they need their prayer, people who don't know if they're gonna make it to tomorrow, people who have loved ones who are sick. Then I take it in closer. My prayer list, my Witties. I pray for you guys. I pray for any kind of friend or associate. I pray for you guys. And then after I say my prayers, you might have situations where you can actually break down and say, oh, my friend Gloria needs this, and that. You know what I'm saying? So that basis. And by then, you probably been praying for like 2 minutes by now. But, I like to pray in that like at least once a day. So once I do that, then I'll take it into my sisters and my brothers and just, thanking God that they're healthy, that my nieces and nephews will have a life that, I never had. Like I don't ever want them to like hurt or like suffer through anything, because like I just want them to have better. You know what I mean? So after that, I break that down. Then I pray for my enemies, because you got to keep them real close and they need prayer. Now, sometimes it be really killing me to like pray for people who are against me, and it's situations, people who publicly hate you, and the situations of people who like sit back and like peep you and secretly envy you and hate you. So they need prayer as well. So then I pray for them and I say my prayers, big up to my mama watching me from above. And then I go into myself. And like I said, I give thanks for everything I have. And, I had to kind of teach myself to kind of ask for things in prayer, because they say if you ask, you shall receive. But I kind of felt, I don't know, because I feel like I'm so blessed where I am now in my life. I was like, wow, why would you ask for something? You already have so much. But I do kind of, put in my request every now and then. And it's crazy because it's, how you pray for something and like when it really happens, you're so busy, like you're so busy trying to get to the next level. You might be in a trailer home, for an example, and you might be like, well, let me just pray that I can get an apartment, Lord, you know what I'm saying, just put me in an apartment, I'm gonna work hard, yada yada yada. And then you get your apartment, and now you worried about oh Lord, give me a house. No, take the time to be grateful of where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, take that in, breathe it in, be thankful for a while you still working. But I feel like just to ask. I feel like I need to sit in how blessed I am right now. But you can always ask for more. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, then I focus on myself. And then my prayer in. Usually I do my in-depth prayer at night. I will not lay in my bed without saying my prayers. For people who don't know, like, when do I pray? Just not say grace over your food. I had this, well, I learned this in a book, and I cannot find that book. It's in here somewhere. I showed it in a video a long time ago, probably like 3 or 4 years ago on my hair channel. I don't know where it is now. But I learned this. It's like, think of something that you see every day in your house, in your room, even if you live with your parents, and you see something every single day. It might be a vase. It might be a TV remote you watch every day. It might be a candle. It might be anything, a hair product, your toothbrush. That's a good thing. I hope you guys are brushing your teeth every day. It might be that. So just think that every time you see your toothbrush, remember to talk to God at that moment. Remember to say a little prayer. So then you get a chance to incorporate praying in your everyday life. Because I know sometimes people claim to be so busy, but just give them a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. And I feel like it'll go a long way. So yeah, my thing was my car. Because I used to work 6 days a week, and even on my off day I would go like to get food from the grocery store. So every time I got in my car, before, when I hit drive, put my car in drive, I would talk to God. Or I remember when I used to get off work, when I used to work the overnight shift, on my way home, I would just talk to God. I mean, just some brief. And like, how do you talk to God? Like, he your homie. Like, you all right with me. Like, he just did that. And I remember being like, I'm working up now, because sometimes people be want to test me for real, and I be like, you cannot go back to where you came from, that mentality, because I have so much more to lose now. But listen, I get tested every day. I'm not perfect. I say a couple curse words, maybe a lot sometimes, but it's what's in the inside that matters. Like, I'm the fact that I'm trying, the fact that you're trying to do better, you good. So yeah, that's basically how I taught myself to pray, and just how I taught myself to remember to pray. And yeah, I hope that someone took this and you can apply it to your life, and it can help your situation. Now, like I said, I can't find the book that I was reading. It might be up there with my all my other books. I didn't look, but I wanted to share with you books that I mentioned, books that I show all the time on my Snapchat, and everybody's always saying, well, what book is that? What book is that? What book is, don't never say nothing else, but what book is that? So I'm gonna put them here in this vlog. This is probably one of the best, but I've had this book for like since 2013, when I first kind of went on my deep spiritual journey. It's called, what is it? Trusting God Day by Day. It's literally a devotional every day of the year. It's by Joyce Myers. So it looks like that. Yeah, so even I go through it, I read, I highlight what I, need to take in. And yeah, it's not long. It's something short you can read every day to kind of like put you in a more positive mind frame, and just So I have another one, and now if you keep up with my vlogs, I remember I purchased this from Goodwill. I think Salvation Army or Goodwill, and I was trying so bad to spend some money, because I never bought anything like from a thrift store. So I found this book, and I thought it was okay. I was like, this book is pretty cool. It was $1. Yeah, it's called God Said It, Don't Sweat It. It is by Neil Clark Warren. I paid $1 for this book, and this book, I probably like it just as much as this book, but it's not as long. It's not as long, but I really like it. This is a good one, and I bought this book probably several months ago. I still haven't gotten around to reading it. I love to read, but I can't find the time. The Waiting Room. It's a 31-day devotional for single women waiting on the right husband. You don't have to be waiting on the right husband, but it's just something to take in. Spend your single days wisely. You know what I'm saying? Wisely. I don't know why I said it like that, but spend your single days wisely, building yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel like this was a great book, and it's also written by a beautiful black woman. Let me give y'all a preview of that book, because I don't believe I told y'all who the author is. It's by T.C. Spelling. Yeah, so these are a couple of good reads. If you're looking just for some daily inspiration, you can follow me on my Snapchat. You can follow me on my Instagram. Everything's Pretty Witty 77. Yeah, so I hope you guys like this vlog. I guess that's the Talk It Up Tuesday. Do you pray daily? Do you feel the need to pray at all? Have you ever struggled with praying? And how did you kind of get to a place where you feel okay with it? I honestly am still not comfortable praying, like leading a prayer. Like, you know, when your family cooks and like family get-togethers and everybody gather around and pray. I don't know if that's like a my family thing, a southern thing, but yeah, we do that. And I would never lead a prayer. I'm still not comfortable praying out loud, but I just can't imagine that I could get better at it. I want to get better at it. It'll be so perfect if I can get better at praying out loud with a significant other. That'll be so magical. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys on Ask Witty Fridays. And don't forget, if you need advice, you have a question about your life, you know what I'm saying? I got the answers. I got all the answers, Sway. Email me at helpmeprettyWitty77.com and your question will be featured on my Ask Witty Fridays. Okay? Alright. Holla. What it was. See you. We want to be you.
Dear Lord, please forgive us for all the sins we have brought upon us, and look down upon us with forgiveness for all the sins we will have in the future.